posachedwapa tikuonesani zimene zikuchitika kapena kuti zimene akukambirana lero lino ku nyumba ya malamulo. Ndipo lero lino akukambirana nkhani zikuluzikulu zimene zikukhuza dziko lino, komanso ngati mwamva ku nyumba ya a former president Dr. Lazarus Chakwera Zulu pa 27 November 2025 kudapita apolisi. Mukhale pompo pakuti ku parliament lero nkhani zake zina zikhale zimenezi, zina za CDF komanso zina zokhuza budget. Leader of opposition ndamene akuyembekezeka kuti ayankhule, akatha pamenepo ambali ya bomaso ayankhulepo.
I see leader of opposition.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wanted to draw your attention because I wanted to bring an issue under Standing Order 73.
Leader of opposition, you can proceed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise in this House because of issues of national importance, looking at the events that have been unfolding for the past 3 days. Honorable Speaker, I stand here today exactly 71 days since Malawians voted DPP into power, hoping that things gonna change, only to realize that we've returned to political terror and police brutality. The question in mind, Honorable Speaker, is what has been happening to the house of the former president, which has been raided. We understand there might be issues, and there might also be legal procedures that would be followed. But of great concern, Your Excellency, your right, Honorable Speaker, is the way the House has been raided. Mr. Speaker, sir, 3 consecutive days, the private residence of the former president have been getting police officers without necessarily explaining why they are there. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to draw attention of the House that the power to govern is borrowed from Malawians from Section 5, 6, and 7 of our Constitution, and it has got conditionalities attached. And as politicians, we all know what those conditionalities could be, and when these powers are used and utilized wrongly to inflict pain on the very Malawians withdraw it silently through the ballot. I would like to remind this House that my dear brother, Honorable MP for Cholo Cento, whilst sitting on this side, once advised us that if you wrongly use power, Malawians would actually withdraw the power. Today it is us.
Honorable Leader of Opposition, I want to draw you to your standing order, which you used. I'm sure we are all on the same standing order. Honorable Leader of Opposition, I will not allow you to proceed with that matter. 1, you were supposed to seek prior leave from my office, which you did not. 2, you are bringing a controversial matter, which according to that standing order does not allow. 3, I understand there's a search warrant, and that now rests in the hands of the courts. We can't be discussing here issues that are in court. That's my ruling on that one. Thank you.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Thank
Your
you.
constituency?
Lilongwe Sinja South constituency. Right.
Lilongwe City South. What's gone out of order?
Right Honorable Speaker, through your office, I would like to request this House for a supplementary order paper so that we include Bill number 2 of 2025, constitutional amendment that was circulated to the members of National Table on Thursday, 20th November 2025. I submit, Honorable Speaker, being private members' day. Thank you very much.
Honour members, we have a motion on the floor as read by Lilongwe City South that we vary today's order paper in order to allow a supplementary. Oh, Lilongwe Sinja South. Okay. In order to allow for a supplementary order paper to be prepared so that we tackle bill number 2. Now I put a question. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
General business. Item 2B, questions to ministers for oral replies.
Leader of the House.
Right, Honorable Speaker. First of all, good morning. And like I had guided yesterday, we will this morning respond to questions from members. And after question time, I will respond to a matter that was brought on the floor under Standing Order 69, a matter to do with a disaster. So now we will start with questions under Minister of Transport and Public Works.
Thank you, Leader of the House. We now go to question 26. Honorable member from Likoma Island. Likoma Island, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. The question really comes from the people of Likoma Islands. And just a brief, maybe some of the issues been responded to during the ministerial statement, but there are still some parts of the question which are still relevant, and they are still infringing on us, the people of Likoma Islands, especially the issue of the jet. We people of Likoma really need an urgent attention to that matter so that we can feel safe. Even our visitors, the tourists, can feel safe. At the moment, it's really a big death trap. At this moment, since the incident on 12th April, which claimed 11 lives, we haven't seen government giving attention to it. This is now over 6 months. We hope this matter will be given an urgent attention, and even the issue of Ilala, just like my brother talked yesterday from Nkatabe North. We really need government to work on these issues, whether it will need borrowing, just like other projects which came after the Likoma project, the JET. They have been given urgent attention that government has borrowed money, but we are not seeing such attention given to this issue of the Likoma JET, but we are losing lives there. So I submit that the questions, as he read, they come from the people of Likoma Island. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Likoma Island. Honorable Minister of Transport.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I am standing for the Minister of Transport and Public Works. Fortunately, the owner is around. I didn't know that he had reported, so let me hand over the questions to the Minister to address them. Thank you very much.
I was also wondering. Thank you so much, Leader. There's Agasina, it was about the same. You're very observant nowadays. Minister of Transport.
Mr. Speaker, sir, through you, I would like to thank the Honourable Member of Parliament for Likoma Islands constituency for the question. The question is to consider addressing transportation challenges of Likoma Island because Ilala, which is used for transportation on the lake, has outlived its lifetime and its capacity is not enough to take care of the current population and demands. Due to the unreliable means of transport used in the district, on the night of 10th November 2025, a boat carrying over 70 passengers malfunctioned, resulting in the boat spending 20 hours on the lake instead of 5 hours. The Honourable Member would like to ask the Ministry to consider reintroducing the MV Chilembwe to work together with Ilala and create other alternatives of travel for the people of Likoma district. Mr. Speaker, sir, my ministry is aware of the challenges faced by the people of Likoma and all communities reliant on maritime transport for their livelihood. My ministry is also aware of the incident on the night of 10th November 2025. All measures are being put in place to avoid the recurrence of similar incidences. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, sir, this afternoon I'll be having a separate meeting with the owners of MV Chilembwe to consider reintroducing MV Chilembwe on Lake Malawi. MV Chilembwe is a property of Motor Angel, such that the vessel is not among the properties handed back to government during the mutual termination of the concession agreement. So the meeting that I'll be having with Motor Angels today is to consider, besides this vessel not having been given back to the government, to look at alternatives for which this vessel can be put to use to ease transportation challenges that people of Likoma are facing. So government is currently negotiating with Motor Angel on how best this can be resolved so that MV Chilembwe can be used within the shortest time possible. Motor Angel, Mr. Speaker, sir, offered government to buy MV Chilembwe. However, it should be noted that Chilembwe is not a passenger ship. It is a crew supplier with capacity of 100 crew, with no space for passengers, and their carry-on cargo. The ship is not ideal for Lake Malawi traffic. So far, government has declined the offer on the basis that Chilembwe is not a passenger ship. So for optimal value for money, an ideal passenger ship will be procured as MV Ilala replacement. Mr. Speaker, sir, in addition, 2 smaller passenger ships the size of MV Chambo are being considered for procurement to operate on the Nkata Bay, Chizumulu and Likoma, Nkotagota and Mankibe Makanjira Senga Bay routes as stipulated in the National Transport Master Plan. The operational cost of Chilembwe is very high. As such, passengers are expected to pay very high fares as compared to the current fares on MV Ilala. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. And the second question, Mr. Speaker, sir, is to provide information on when government will complete Likoma Jete to avoid losing more lives, such as the 11 lives that were lost on the 12th of April 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, through you, I would like to once again thank the honorable member from Likoma Islands constituency for the question. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to inform the people of Likoma Island and indeed the country at large that Likoma Port project currently stands at 90% completion. This project, Mr. Speaker, sir, remains a top priority for the government. The contractor requires an additional 5 billion for the completion of the remaining works. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the current 2025-2026 financial year budget, only 2 billion was allocated, from which the contractor has already been paid 1.850 billion. My ministry has engaged Minister of Finance, particularly Treasury, for additional funding so that the contractor goes back to the site to complete the remaining works. Mr. Speaker, sir, the projected period of completion for this project will be determined once the contractor goes back on site to resume works. I submit, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Transport. Indeed, Minister of Transport, this Ilala is a time bomb. Let us all together in here work towards acquiring a new ship for our lake. I see.
Point of order.
Point of order from
Sitengwenya.
Lilongwe.
Sitengwenya.
Site. Proceed.
Right, Honorable Speaker. The Honorable, what is out of order is the insinuation that the Honorable member from Likoma made, that we borrowed money to buy a ship. That is not the case, and I think the Minister of Transport, if he checks his records, he will know that we never borrowed any money. What happened was that the President, on his trip to Germany, he engaged ship builders that had shown interest to help us with a ship. And he was in negotiation with those people. A team came from Germany just this last June to meet with the Minister of Transport and to meet with the boat makers at Monkey Bay. They committed to train our people that would help in assembling a ship once it arrived here. A ship is not something you go in a shop and just order and it comes. People have to conduct research, they have to study. So what I'm trying to communicate to you, Right Honorable Speaker, is that the insinuation
Point of correction, Mr. Speaker.
that money was borrowed and nothing happens is not correct. Our government realized that the ship on Lake Malawi at the moment has outlived its life. It outlived its life well before 2014 when the DPP was in government. And so that's and this is something that we should work together to make sure that we address this issue, not apportion blame, your Right Honorable.
Point of correction, Mr. Speaker.
I take Lilongwe City is Msinja. I take that as a point of correction, and there's another point of correction. Let me give the floor to Honorable Likoma.
Yes.
To correct what he feels was. Go ahead, Honorable Likoma.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Madam might not have gotten my statement correctly. What I was saying was, just like what government has done with other projects, which came after the Likoma project was already in progress, government has borrowed money to finish the other projects. Why can't the project for Likoma Jet be prioritized just like the other projects? I did not say MCP government borrowed money. Maybe my English is different from the other ones who speak in slang, so it was not gotten.
That's in order.
So this is what I can say.
Thank you, Honorable Likoma Island. I think you have made your correction.
Yes.
Do you have a supplementary question?
Supplementary to what the minister said. I appreciate what the government is doing, but I just want to remind the government of this day that some of these are similar statements which the other government was making, because this project was started in 2019, and up to now, we have not yet finished it. The project was supposed to run just for 4 years. Up to now, we are talking of the same thing. So what I'm asking government is to do is, please prioritize this project. And actually now, we are going into the rainy season. And during rainy season, along the lake, there is big storm most of the times. So if I was in Likoma just 2 days and the Ilala is so packed most of the times, and getting from the ship, we are still using the boats and still risky. The lake is usually stormy. So what I'm saying is, what the people were fuming on me to say, if this government will do like the others did, not prioritizing us, this government should know that they should not buy us coffins, just like these other ones bought. We will not receive coffins from the government. We will not receive any condolence from the government. We will act our own way if this government does not listen like the other government. They booted them out. They did not even give them one councillor. So DPP government must listen now. So I'm pleading with the government to do the right things, not like what the others did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Likoma Island, for that supplementary. Honourable Minister of Transport.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. Let me assure the honourable member for Likoma Islands constituency that the DPP government is very different from the other government, because the project that started in 2019, the honourable member is aware that it wasn't the DPP government that was in government the past 5 years. This government, and indeed through this Ministry of Transport and Public Works, it is our commitment to ensure that we proceed with the program of procuring a replacement of Ilala, and at the same time to complete the Likoma port, which, as I reported in my response, that it currently stands at 90%. So we are committed to finalizing the 10% so that this can be completed. So through your office, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to assure the honourable member from Likoma Islands that the DPP government is committed to completing this project and indeed to procure a replacement of Ilala and providing other supplementary modes of transport on Lake Malawi. I submit, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Minister of Transport. I see Honorable Lilongwe. Is it Nafisi? Chipala?
Chipala Nafis. It's just a question. Thank you very much.
Also, 1 second. I'll also take one from Salima.
Central West.
Salima?
Central West.
Central West. Okay, I'll take those two for now. You'll be the third one, Honorable Nkata Bay Central. Those three, in that order, please.
Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir, from Chipala Nafis constituency, to have a supplementary question, the Minister of Transport. Before I do that, let me also thank the government of DPP and Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for being elected into the office of President as well as DPP as a government. It is my first time to stand here, Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir. Let me also thank you, Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir, for your election to be in the office of speakership together with your fellow deputy members. Mr. Speaker, sir, Since it is my first time to stand in this August House, allow me, Mr. Speaker, sir, to have few words so that I have to appreciate, I have to thank people from Ngona, Chipala, Nafis constituency. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have a lot to say. But with Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Point of correction, Mr. Speaker, sir. My question goes to the Minister of Transport. I want to know when the road will be completed. The road that started from area 18 passes Saint up to area 50 and reaches area 25A. This is the road that has been used when there's queue in AM Road 1. As you are aware, we have a problem. The road that comes from area, that started from area 25 up to Kanengo.
Honorable member.
This road was started some months ago. But, Mr. Speaker, sir, on 16th, when the government of DPP won the election, the contractor has left the road. We want to know when this road will be completed, because it looks that it was a campaign. Once this government, MCP left the government, the contractor has stopped, and we want to know exactly what happened. If the contractor was fully paid, we want to follow the contractor very well. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Chipala Nafisi. I'm sure order. I'm sure the minister has taken note. Although the issue on the floor, honourable members, can I have order? Can I please have order? The issue on the floor was about water transport, and you brought the land road. But I'm sure the minister has an answer for that. He will respond. Let me now go to point of order. Your constituency, Honorable?
Nchinji Northeast.
Nchinji Northeast. What's gone out of order?
Thank you, Right Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir. Is it in order, Mr. Speaker, sir, to say erection instead of election? Is it in order? Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, sir.
Honorable Salima, proceed.
Thank you so much.
Proceed, Honorable.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving chance to people of Salima Central West a chance. It's not the comparison that fair honorable member made. This is a chance. People of Salima Central West to ask a question to the Honorable Minister of Transport. Honorable Speaker, as you are aware, we also are a beneficiary of water transport in Salima. These vessels dock in Salima. But I want to appreciate the position of government in terms of
the concession that was signed way back, but Motor Angel has now pulled out. Within that concession, there are vessels like Ilala, Katundu, Kalonga, but within the purchase, there was a balance of $800,000 that Motor Angel was supposed to pay to Malawi government. And since they have pulled out, what is going to happen with that outstanding balance that they benefited, and that money should have benefited us as Malawians? That has not been paid. And what is going to happen with these vessels out of that pulled out concession that Motor Angel initiated? Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Salima Central West. I'll take the last one from Kata Bay Central.